2 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
NFL, San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Dallas Cowboys added defensive trench depth by signing defensive tackle Linval Joseph to a one-year, $4 million contract. The Bernie Little League beat the Mountain Regional champs out of Nevada 5-2 as they are moving on to the U.S. Little League World Series final Saturday at 2:30. And in local news, longtime TV voice of the San Antonio Spurs, Bill Land, announced his retirement ahead of the 24-25 season after 21 years with the Spurs. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, yes! It is the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good morning, everybody. What a day to be alive in San Antonio, Texas.
It is indeed.
Oh, my.
It's already Thursday.
Small Friday, Rob likes to call it.
I should name it and call it appropriate.
Hell yeah, Bubba, we're here.
But I found the secret to enjoying your week.
Marijuana.
Take Monday off.
Yes. That is really nice.
You can find a place where they kind of condone or at least not too upset with Monday and Friday absenteeism. You've got yourself a place to work.
Man. If you prefer a 3-day weekend with Friday off or Monday off?
I have found that the weeks go faster if you get Monday off, but I prefer Fridays.
I'm the same way, man. I love having that because Friday feels like there's some action on that day anyway.
But when you know you're going to get Friday off, those 4 days prior seem really long, right, Vic?
Yeah. And I'm about that action, boss. And then on Friday, they got action.
I'm normally running from that stuff. Like action, I need to avoid that kind of stuff. I get
action. You know, the Blitz boys are getting some action right now.
They are. Vegas, baby.
They're in Vegas over at Circa.
They're doing the whole Survivor.
Yeah, they're playing. They're probably. I'm guessing they both entered Survivor and Millions.
Do you know that guy? The guy that runs it.
Yeah,
he started. Was
Derek Stevens.
Did he start at Binions? What was his first gig?
Yeah, and he now owns 2 casinos because he owns the D, which is right next to Circa.
He told me his whole gig. He's a worker, but
no doubt, man.
He is Mr. Vegas.
Yes, and that is the. He's like, I mean, he really kind of I think a key player in like the revitalization of downtown.
It feels that way. Do you think he's ever had a strong conversation with a mobster?
Certainly. Yeah. He's
I tried to get him to tell me stories about that stuff, and he was like, over scotch.
But yeah, he probably doesn't want to talk about it. But yeah, Circa's a great place, man. And the boys are gonna love it. They're gonna be out there today and tomorrow.
It'll be worth the listen just to hear the hijinks.
They're going to be getting you guys to sign up for Circa Survivor and Circa Million.
And if you need them to lay something down for you, you can probably reach out on the Brigade Bar during the show.
Yes.
They'll be your intermediary for a small percentage. Just a little rate.
If you guys want to enter into Circa Million, the entry fee is only $10,000, and
that's it.
Minix will cover it.
Yeah.
He said that if you want in, he's got you.
He's good for it.
So just give him an IOU on a napkin or something, and yeah, he's more than willing to do that for you. We've got a fun show for you today. We've got a fun show. We're going to hear from Jera.
as they pack up shop. They set fire to the building and then they just leave town.
That is kind of rude.
They're like, hey, you know what? This place smells funny. We're out of here.
Yeah,
We're going back to Dallas where it's only
smells-
109.
Smells smoky in your hotel. We're out of here.
We gotta
pal.
go, man. This place is wore out.
We're out of here. We're staying at the Holiday Inn next time.
Man, I would be skipping over to the port. How do you Unami? That's the proper pronunciation.
I don't know. You taught me.
I've said Wani, but that ain't it. It's Unami.
Yeah.
Or Unami.
That's where you'd be going?
Well, that's where the plane is.
What?
That's where the base, that's where they land. They don't land at that little Oxnard Air Force Base. They land at the Navy base.
Air Force One is probably too big to take off from that small airport.
So they get a special landing spot there at the Navy base in Oxnard. I'd be skipping on my way to that base.
I'll be damned.
Ooh. You know that they have
special treatment.
Well, you know, interesting for the for Jerry and Steven, they each have their own plane. They don't travel together. It's like president and vice president. That's serious. They have separate planes and they do not fly together.
But is it because in case is it like the royal family?
I think so.
Like,
I honestly do. I didn't know this until we I forget which Super Bowl we were flying in Phoenix. Landing at Phoenix, and there were two Cowboy jets parked side by side. I didn't know they had two.
It's fun. I thought maybe when you first told me this, you told me when we were in Oxnard, I thought that it was because like Jerry he'd get tired of Steven's act and be like, I don't want to be around here. I want to be on my plane. I want you to. And I figured Jerry's plane is probably nicer, and he's like just trying to let Steven know, like, hey, I know you got some power now, but I'm still daddy. You're still punk.
You know, it's an interesting thing to watch. And over the last, I've been, I'm not there a lot, but over the last 15, 20 years, I've been in the orbit around the father and son. It's an interesting relationship, and one that I do think is, considering the financial ramifications of their relationship, it could get weird. And it doesn't appear to be weird. It looks like a pretty solid father-son
I'm
thing.
sure there's been some
I can't
backroom stuff that was weird at times.
I can't imagine. Well, it is weird, and I've said it many times, to be in his presence, and he doesn't speak of him of his father as his father. He always says Jerry. Well, Jerry does this, and Jerry. I can't imagine saying that, like, Bob, my dad. I can't imagine saying his first name. Well, Bob, who's that? His dad.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird.
Very weird. But other than that, they seem to be pretty normal. Although,
besides flying on different private jets.
That. Although once when his sister got divorced, when everything that the Jones family has gone through over the last couple of years has all been the Jerry and the illegitimate daughter, and remember his PR dude was taking pictures of the cheerleaders.
Oh,
there?
yes.
Well, all that spilled out because of his daughter's divorce and all the depositions prior to this $1 billion mess of a divorce that his daughter was in. All this other crap came out in all the depositions.
Did she not have a prenup?
Well, I don't know about the divorce.
Can you imagine being of the Jones tribe and not having a prenup?
I'm sure there was some legal stuff in there. That's why this divorce got so messy. And that's why all the depositions were made public by both sides. They were throwing mud.
If I were Jerry Jones' daughter and you were courting me and you proposed, I would say, that's cool. If we ever get divorced, you get nothing. And you like it.
You ain't getting none of this, baby.
That's right.
I wonder which $1 billion stuff right here.
I wonder which plane she flies on. Does she fly with Jarrah or Steven?
She probably is this is not to take anything away from Steven. I don't know Jerry Jr. He's like Fredo, I think.
Yeah.
But what's her name? Whatever her name is, she seems to be the whip there. She's tough. She's the one that handles everything that goes on in the stadium. That's her gig. So she books like the concerts and all that stuff.
I read the book by Prince Harry. It's called Spare, and it's about his life as
I'm just the dude.
Like they refer to, like, it wasn't uncommon for them to refer to him as the spare.
He had the best gig. That's the best gig to have.
There's the heir and the spare.
I'll
they
be
would
the
call him and his
spare.
brother.
I'll be the one that I ain't ever gonna be king.
But here was the deal. Like they would be like, King Charles, now King Charles, at the time he was Prince Charles, and Willie, he calls him Willie, Prince William. He says they could never fly on the same plane because you couldn't lose, especially before William had kids, you couldn't lose the legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, as for me, I was the spare. They didn't care where I flew.
So I'm telling you,
I mean, it really was like,
in hindsight, I still believe he had the best gig.
Yeah.
There ain't no weight on my shoulders. I'm as high as I'm ever going to get. I am the prince.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they let him go fight in a war. They're like,
that's right.
Yeah. Well, if he goes, he goes.
Now
We're all right.
Now he's living in L.A. on some kind of commune, right?
Is he in L.A.? Last time I thought he was in Seattle, but he might be in L.A.
Did they go to Seattle?
I think so. I think they were in Seattle, but he's like giving up the whole life. He's done with it. He's like, you take it, man. You take the bodyguards, take the money, take the country estate, and I'm good. You guys can suck it.
Got me a spokesmodel. I'm moving to L.A.
He got him a
TV spokesmodel.
He married him a sister, and apparently the underlying racist belly of the royal family showed itself.
Yeah, I'm just shocked to hear that.
I can't believe
royalty have racist beliefs.
What?
I mean,
you're telling me they look down on people?
They're so white you can see through them, and they got racist tendencies. Who'd have thought? Inbred white people from England.
Even Granny.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
Granny.
Actually, she was the one in hindsight was the coolest of all of them.
I don't know. Not according to that book, she was kind of a bitch.
Granny awful?
I mean, he loved her, but like he would talk about her and he'd be like, when you're reading it, you go, oh, she's like a terrible person.
Yeah.
But I've always assumed everybody in that royal family is terrible.
They're all inbred idiot.
Like I don't know, and I can't imagine that. To me, they're England's Kardashians.
Well, have you ever met those type of aristocracy?
No,
I've been in a circle once or twice with those types, and they don't see the world like we see the world. It's just a different thing, man. And
I'm trying to think like who's the most powerful person I've been in a room with.
Power's a different thing.
You're talking about wealth?
About the born to it.
Oh,
with a title on their back name.
No, I don't know any of those.
No,
I don't run in those circles. That's Thompson's life.
No, it's not my life either. I was actually serving. I was parking cars.
Yeah. Rob knows everybody in San Antonio is what I found yesterday. We went out to lunch yesterday and he's, pictures on the wall. He's like, oh yeah, that's this guy. And it's like, I think there's about like a dozen people who run San Antonio is what I found.
It's
like
pretty close, man.
It's the
old stories. There's 100 families in San Antonio that run the place. And I do believe that's true.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But I think the Thompsons are like, they're on that list.
No,
Vic.
No, we
Hoffmans and Browns.
We're
Bubba.
Nope.
We're what you call the trash folk. We're the other class is what we are.
I just grew up on the south side next to Lackland. That's
we're
where
the
I'm
low-born.
Well,
I'm lowborn. You want to talk about a lowborn?
Yeah, Rob may be lowborn, but he's
down there on the southwest side.
He's risen. He's risen the ranks.
If you haven't been to the Trestles, you know what I'm talking about.
He's risen the ranks. Me and you, we're like that guy who got his balls cut off, his thing cut off by that.
Yeah, we live in Flea Bottom.
Yeah. We got nothing going for us, man. We're scum.
Flea Bottom.
We're eunuchs. We're enslaved people.
We're the unsullied.
We're the unsullied. That's what we are, man. That's what we are. We're the we're those dudes who are carrying around Khal Drogo's gold for him. Why do you have so much gold? Can't we trade this in? That's us, Vic. That's the life that we were born to.
Some are born to serve.
That's right.
Star in your role.
That's true. It's true. Ren says same with the aristocracy of the United States, out of touch. Well, that's true. I'm sure that's Chelsea Clinton will be running for president in 4 years. I've got a feeling. Can't wait
If
for
she
that.
can fit it into her busy schedule,
Yeah.
saving the world.
That's right. Well, that's all these royals do anyway.
Yeah.
Charitable
They all
work.
gather together and pat each other on the back, and how
What
wonderful
charitable
we are.
work? What charitable work are
Oh.
we doing?
I hope we have enough to donate after these $80 bottle champagne glasses we're drinking here. Hope we have some left over to help the homeless.
I had to make the decision. If I left, I knew I couldn't be buried on the family plot. Oh, no! You can't go into that ground? Oh, no!
I'd have enjoyed that time.
You'd what?
You know, when you could like pull out your glove and just slap somebody. Like,
Oh,
how dare you, sir?
that's right.
Swack,
God, I wish I could have been one of those.
swack with the gloves.
I wish I could have been one of the, like, you know, the aristocrat, the Southern aristocrats, how they'll like get on the plantation and gather around the table. And
Oh yeah.
I do declare,
I do declare.
Vic, me and you are like Borat pooping in a bag and bringing it downstairs. Like, oh my, I've never seen such a thing.
Heavens to Betsy.
This poor thing.
I'll have a mint julep out on the veranda.
Bless his heart.
As we eliminate the bag of excrement that Mr. Hoffman has deemed appropriate to bring into our fair presence.
Winston, come take this away from us. Get this out of our presence.
Hobson, have Mr. Hoffman removed
Immediately.
Get him out of my sight.
and bring me a mint julep as I convalesce
And a
out on the back 40.
and a cigar.
Discuss today's issues.
All
Mr.
right.
Gentlemen.
Enough of that. Enough talking about Rob being in the
Hoffman!
upper crust.
Hoffman,
And poor
bring me my cigar, Hoffman.
poor Vic and I just living the life of, you
Yeah.
know,
Common
indentured
folk.
servitude.
Yeah.
But here we are. We've made it, Vic. We're almost Rob's equal now.
We're
Oh.
getting there.
We're
Some are
getting
more equal than others.
One of these days. Oh, you guys missed it. We had a big meeting yesterday, and they said, "Rob, you are incredible."
You know,
I mean, no, I don't want to put you on the spot, Rob, but you're
Yeah.
incredible these days.
you know,
You're
I don't
doing
know
some
what's going
incredible
on.
radio. Vic and I were just sitting in the meeting, going like, "Man, we're working our asses off,"
I know.
and he just kept talking to Rob. He's like, "Oh, Rob, what have you've like figured something out? You've broken the code to great radio."
And then my suit wouldn't take my agent's call.
I know.
I'd call my agent. Hey, the iron is hot.
And then,
Call now.
well, and then they did this. They said the meeting was over, and Rob said, "I'll call you after. I'll call. I've got to talk some private
It's,
stuff."
you know, it's
Now
time to,
Now that I know I'm the key to the wheel, I'm the key
Right.
cog in the wheel here. Let's talk
privately.
without Vic and AJ around.
Uh,
We've got some matters to
Yeah.
discuss.
You think it's been good so far? I have a few.
Yeah.
I've got a list of 47 different points that I think would improve.
You
things over
know, you know what would make me even better?
Can
Getting rid of AJ and Vic.
this,
Make it the Rob Thompson
I don't
show.
want to work that hard. See, I don't want to work that hard. I don't want that to happen. But you know, like, can I get better lighting?
Yeah.
Well, maybe something in the green room. Maybe something when I get here. Maybe a massage prior to the show.
Maybe a banana. Not too ripe, but
That's
not
perfect.
green.
There's,
Yeah,
I mean,
see?
it's not about the dollars. Sometimes it's about the bennies. And I said, you know, suit.
Yeah.
Thanks for the praise. We got some talking to do.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't answer the phone.
Oh man.
I got in the car and it just went straight to voicemail over and over and over.
Damn. He was probably still talking to the higher ups about how awesome you are.
I hope that was the case.
or he was
And
talking
talking to HR about getting you a raise.
that I'm pretty comfortable was not going on.
No, he was talking to AJ on the other line. Is what it was.
Yeah, he was apologizing. He's like, "Listen,
I had to
man,
stroke
I
him just
had
for a
to.
minute.
I
That
It's
poor
like, look,
bastard.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like,
like, look,
listen.
he's calling right now.
I saw a picture of his toe. I've heard some things, man. Well, I just gave him a little stroke just to make him feel
we
better.
got to lift him up before
Every
we
note.
fire him
That's
to
right,
make him."
man. Give him a chance to go update his resume. Let him
Yeah.
call his agent. Let
Yeah,
him
but-
call his agent just to brag a little bit. So At least he's on the front burner for the guy when he calls him next week.
Let him put on his resume that I told him he did a really good
right
job.
I have no proof other than like 2 vouchers. But
Right.
my resume's updated and he won't take my call. So,
but right before he says, I need my computer to be fixed, we're going to say, yeah, go ahead.
Drop that off.
Drop it off.
And can I see you for a minute?
And then also, let me see your key tag to get in the building.
Yeah.
And we'll fix that. We're going to update that. And then I'm never going to take his call again.
For those of you who are not familiar with the radio business, there are only 2 businesses in the world that handle manpower and hiring and firing the way that radio does. It's radio and the mafia. That they handle it the very same way. So you'll get this. You get like in the mafia, your best friend will call, hey, let's go have lunch. And you sit down to a nice plate of linguine and clams and pap, 2 to the back of the head. You don't know it's coming. Yeah. Your boss and radio go, hey, man, you got a minute? That's the last words radio guys ever hear. That's all I remember was my numbers were great. They told me I was as good as I've ever been.
Never heard you this good.
And then next day he said, hey, you got a minute? And I was standing with a cardboard box out back without a key card.
Tends to go that way.
That's how it goes, man.
All right, we'll talk some Cowboys on the other side, and we got a lot to discuss today, including why there's no expletives on Hard Knocks. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Twin Peaks has 4 locations around San Antonio, just waiting for all your fun football funtivities. And real quick, I know you're running out of time, all you commissioners out there. If you haven't scheduled a place to have your draft, you got about a week and a half to get this thing done. Let Twin Peaks handle all the details. You'll get a $50 gift card, and all your teammates, all your members will get a $5 gift card while you're there. Go to twinpeaks.com for all of the details. More importantly, what's going on at Twin Peaks this week? They have elevated tequilas to the highest place they can be, available to you at discounted and fun and times on Fridays for our tequilas and cervezas parties that are continuing all the way through. Don't forget about your late night flatbreads when you're heading over to Twin Peaks. Catch those Hawaii games on the weekend. If you're a football fan, both NFL and college, you know every screen at every one of the Twin Peaks will be focused directly on your favorite game. So what do? Head over to either one of those 4 Twin Peaks. I'll tell you where they are. 151 and 410, De Zavala and I-10, Loopland right there at right San Pedro and 410, and the brand new one over on IKEA Lane over on the northeast side. All waiting on you. You know the food is going to be spectacular. Scratch made as always. Drinks made by a mixologist of high education level. But you know, why do we go? It's so easy. It's those scenic views.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Monday, September 30th at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Fall Golf Classic, benefiting San Antonio sports, is presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, sponsored in part by Jim Beam, PPL Motorhomes, Flight by Yingling, Tomalitos Mexican Restaurant. The Fall Golf Classic happening Monday, September 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with this great offer on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo, and a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get the Sidekick now for 0 down, 0% APR for 36 months or save $1,000.
Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or JesseHernandezLaw.com. The Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author, executive producer, and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money's never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie at 800-486-9595. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you can get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-486-9595. That's 1-800-486-9595. Again, that's 1-800-486-9595.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Cowboys! South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 3. After wrapping training camp at the Star in Frisco, the Cowboys take on the Los Angeles Chargers at Jerry World in Arlington for their final preseason game. Pre-game starts at 2 p.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We still have a closure 37 southbound between South Jim Donop Road and exit 127, far southeast side of town, right around the Bronick Lake area. So closed with an 18-wheeler accident. They are forcing traffic to exit from the highway onto the frontage road. Got a minor wreck 35 northbound Judson Road and I-10 upper level westbound Poplar to Fulton. Some ongoing road work. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yeah, Morning Huddle. Cowboys making some moves, Rob. Linville Joseph signs to the Cowboys.
I know this isn't directly on Mozzie, but in every day, in every way.
You keep saying it. They're showing him
how good a camp he's having, and they keep signing defensive linemen. So you tell me.
They keep telling you, man, you guys suck. Linville Joseph can still play a little. He played for Buffalo last year. Solid play. He's not like a Pro Bowl guy anymore, but he's not a Pro Bowl guy.
Dude. Solid. Played for Zimmer. Understands the playbook.
Might be better than Mozzie Smith.
Probably wouldn't have gotten a job, but for our number one draft pick last year, ain't worth a crap.
He's big.
Well, again, can't coach huge.
That's right. I think they are just. If Mozzie Smith was a 4th round pick,
it would be. You're right.
They'd be like, whatever, man. We blew this one.
Yeah, we're happy with what little he can give us. But right now, man, it is so apparent that the new defensive coordinator shows up, and after the very first practice against other dudes, You know, we had a couple of weeks of Mozzie going, you know what? He doesn't look half bad. And then he went against the Rams. And since then, 3 defensive linemen have been signed.
Jordan Phillips, Carl Lawson, and now Linval Joseph.
So you tell me what Zimmer thought of that defensive line, primarily his defensive tackle, who they said, you know, he's gotten so much better. And don't expect big stats from him because his job is just to be a tree stump. Okay, so you drafted a tree stump and with a first-round draft pick.
I think that there's no way that this isn't an indictment of Mozzie. But again, when you draft somebody in the first round, you don't want to admit this early that you blew it.
But you have to fail fast. You have to realize
I'm with
this
you, man.
cat ain't it, and go get dudes. And Zimmer was like, this cat ain't it. I'm going to go get some dudes that at least for the short term will fill whatever need I see that Mozzie can't do.
And that means when the draft comes around next year, if the highest guy on your board happens to be a nose tackle, then, well we're back in that market.
Let me tell you, following the Cowboys drafts, they can find an offensive lineman like nobody in the NFL. They can find, and I say Will McClay and his scouting org, they can find ball hawking corners and safeties like nobody in the NFL. They can't judge defensive line flesh at all. I mean, whoever is in charge of that over the years, and it's been through organizations, and the only one that's been here consistently is Will McClay. The whiffs have been at wide receiver and defensive line.
Particularly like interior defensive line.
Yes, I mean it's just one dude after another. Now they're good at finding them from other teams, like the guys that went to another team and got cut. They're pretty good at signing those guys, but through the draft, not a very good eye for what turns into NFL productivity. They just whatever that is, they just don't see it. And this is just another example. And it's not just under McCarthy. We can go back under Garrett. Their Taco Charlton, keep in mind, was drafted 1 pick ahead of Watt's little brother.
So who was the guy that they took? Tristan Hill. That's right. That's what I was thinking of.
So Tristan Hill, I'm standing at their very first padded practice. Tristan Hill goes into some sort of full-on body cramp 40 minutes into practice and has to be like carted off the field. And you can just tell everybody going, well, there goes another one. And he's long gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For whatever reason, some of us just aren't very good judges of whatever. And we can't pick out a defensive lineman for whatever reason. It just hasn't worked out for us.
You know who went 5 picks after Tristan Hill?
DK
Metcalf.
See. So you look at what the mistakes they've made, and it's consistency. At least we know we're not good at that.
Who was the defensive tackle from Oklahoma that they drafted?
Man, you're asking the wrong cat, especially the revolving. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Neville Gallimore.
Yeah, I was going to say Desmond, but it's Neville.
I think he's in the CFL now.
See, it's just. And it's not. And if it was like if you had,
I'm not kidding. I'm going to look at. I think he might be.
And it's you'd think okay. Skill positions, or they're all skill positions, but you could get it like everybody whiffs on quarterbacks. You don't know until you know. But defensive linemen, you'd think you'd go, that's the quality that I'm looking for, and that's going to work in the NFL, whatever that is, and be pretty consistently good at it. And to be this consistently bad, I find very, very off-putting because, like I keep saying, it doesn't matter the administration. They just can't draft defensive linemen.
No, it looks like
they found D-Law, and they do have a Hall of Fameman and D-Ware. It's not like they've, the easy ones have been easy, but to find the diamonds, not worked out.
He's on the Dolphins now. I was wrong.
Yeah, Neville.
Yeah,
which is where a lot of Cowboys go to die. We sent an offensive lineman there too.
Congratulations, he's a Dolphin now. Yeah, they haven't had a whole lot of luck with those.
And by the way, before I forget, have you seen the latest pictures of Dolphin head coach McDonald?
Yeah, he looks like a cocaine.
He looks like John
kingpin.
Holmes. What John the porn guy? Holmes?
Yeah, John Holmes.
He looks like John Holmes.
Yeah, he looks like he's like a Grand Theft Auto character.
Yeah, he looks shifty. Like he's up to no good.
He used to look like a nerd. He used to look like the guy who would he
just looked like a statistician.
Now he looks like
this guy
an
who
out
helped
of
you
work porn star
at Radio Shack. Like,
there you go.
Leathery
well, the real difference between DC and AC is
now he looks like he's been on a 8-year coke binge.
Yeah,
fresh out of the Valley porn business, spat out the back end of the bad side of the porn business. Head coaching now.
You know what I do with Brian Flores? I chop him up and throw him out the boat is what I do with him.
He doesn't look good. That's not a good look for you, man. All greasy and you look like an aged coke dealer in South Miami driving like a 79 Vet with a broken taillight.
Go back to your Geek Squad look where you're like,
go back to the normal side of stuff, man.
Hey,
this is not for you.
I recommend the warranty on top of Apple Care because if there's physical damage to the laptop, Apple Care won't cover that. You'll need the warranty.
Trust our Geek Squad.
I mean, I've seen it happen. It's terrible when it does.
Not anymore. He's doing rails off hookers. He went a different direction, man. Bumps off of the backside of a
little bit of
hooker
success
on the south side of Miami before coaching.
Hey, yo.
Wow, coach. Got a different direction.
They're wearing track suits.
Yeah,
seriously.
There you go.
Got him a track suit on.
Pumas. Like that. The Miami Dolphins are no longer sponsored by Nike. They are now a full Puma branded
Sergio
team.
Tacchini track suits.
Right.
He's wearing like Louis Vuitton fanny packs.
Oh man, you can see it. That's what. Go find the latest picture of Mike McDaniel, and he has the John Holmes 79 post Wonderland mass murder look.
Yeah, it's a shift. It's a shift in appearance, certainly. All right, let's when we come back, we'll talk about the Broncos and the decision to start Bo Nix, and if the Patriots are going to do something similar with Drake May. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are live from Las Vegas. No telling what's going to happen here at Circa.
And no telling what we already can't talk about because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We'll give you the latest on the Cowboys as they leave Oxnard and talk Texans with John McClain at 5:15. The Blitz from Circa Las Vegas starting at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed great prizes. 2 ways to win and no rake. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circusports.com for details.
Hi, I'm Cleveland Milan. People are always commenting on how happy and healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Introducing Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food.
I have been feeding them Dr. Marty's freeze-dried raw formula for years. And this food is a big part of why their jaws are more flexible, their teeth are cleaner, and their coat shinier, and why they seem more youthful and playful.
And dog parents across the U.S. are loving it.
My dog Hazel is a 10-and-a-half-year-old golden retriever. And ever since I've been feeding her Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend food, she is like a puppy again. It's unbelievable.
We're so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee. And for a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of Cod Krispies. They're wild-caught, ultra-crunchy cod skin treats. Go to drmartypets.com/good or text GOOD to 511-511. Text GOOD to 511-511 today. All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
We're here to tell you about Listing Spark, a new way to sell your San Antonio area home. Listing Spark uses superior technology and customer service to sell your home faster at a fraction of the cost of an old school real estate brokerage. For a low flat fee, the Listing Spark team finds your perfect list price, takes high quality photos, delivers a yard sign and a showing lockbox, lists your property on the local MLS, markets it to all major real estate websites, handles buyer inquiries, and coordinates showings. You can view buyer offers through Listing Spark's portal, then accept, reject, or counteroffer with just a few clicks. You only pay a small $395 fee to get started, then only $2,600 only if your property sells, and you can cancel anytime. Save tens of thousands of dollars in commissions. Isn't this the way selling a house should be? Get started today by calling 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Sell your home the smart way.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Well, our heaviest delay as you get into your early morning commute is going to be on 35 northbound Wiener to Tougher Wine. We've got some ongoing road work. Roadway is reduced to one lane. It's causing almost an hour delay, 55 minutes. It's heavy from Route 410. Plus, there is an accident on the frontage road right at Judson Road. 410 eastbound have somewhat a disabled vehicle in the left lane, and the wreck at 37 southbound Southton to exit 127, which was shut down for a while. That just cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I want to give some time to this Bo Nix and Drake May discussion. Bo Nix is going to be the starting quarterback for the Broncos, and that leaves one job up in the air.
What are your thoughts on Bo Nix, just as a player? I mean,
what
do you think of him?
What I thought of him in college, or what I think
Just
of him
as a whole? I mean, his career, where he sits now, starting with the Broncos.
I think that Bo Nix is a very talented athlete who got some well-needed coaching in his last 2 years and probably looked a little bit better than he did because he went from the SEC to the Pac-12. But I think he's also developed as a player. And I think that Sean Payton doesn't draft you if you don't have some juice, is what I think. And so Sean Payton comes from the Parcells tree. And one of the things, like, the Parcells quarterback rules is Parcells wanted guys who played all 4 years, had played 4 years of college and were winners. Played big time college football and won. He doesn't want guys who were on. He would have never taken Daniel Jones, who played on crummy college teams. He wouldn't have done that. So he was looking. And Bo Nix fit that mold, and that's what Sean Payton's always loved.
Would it be an unfair comparison to say he's a lot like Dak Prescott? If Dak Prescott, after his last year at Mississippi State, had a chance to go to a school like Oregon and sling it around, do you think that?
I don't think that's dissimilar. No,
because I think there's something to Bo Nix. I don't think it's, he's not your prototypical NFL 10-yard out laser throwing guy, but he's a winner, and that counts for a fair amount. But in my experience over the last 20 years, those guys that I always felt like they had about 80% of what was required physically to be an NFL quarterback, but really what separated them was they're just winners. They just win games. The Baker Mayfield is the epitome of that.
Moxie.
Yeah, just moxie. They're just going to find a way to win. Those guys really haven't been all that successful in the NFL.
No.
But Sean Payton, on the other, is one of the few quarterbacks that took a guy that just did it with moxie, like Drew Brees, and was successful. So I think that there's a chance here that Bo Nix could be the real gem of this draft. And it won't be because of numbers or touchdown passes to interceptions, but he's got a quarterback that's a coach that's never going to put him in a situation where he has to do something that he's not capable of. He made Taysom Hill a quarterback.
Yeah.
So while I don't think he'll ever have the numbers that we'll see from Jaden or Drake May or any of those things, but this guy might end up with more wins than any of them.
It's funny because I look at this draft class and what do we have? 6 first-round picks, quarterbacks. It wouldn't shock. I don't know that one of them being better than all the rest would shock me. Other than maybe Michael Penix would surprise me if he ended up being the stud of this group.
Yeah, but
just because he's going to be a slow starter and he's old. Yeah,
and he's hurt
and he's hurt all the time. Yeah, but the rest of them, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Nix, McCarthy, and May.
See, I wouldn't put Nix. He is the least talented of every quarterback you just listed.
Yeah. But again, he's there's something to him.
Yeah, but I have been wrong many times with these guys where I thought that winning attitude that they'll just get in the huddle and figure it out and it'll turn into NFL success. It just the physicality that is required to be what they need to be. You have to have the physicalness first, and the very few that have broken through had to have that pairing of coach and offense and understanding of limitations. And, normally the limitations that are understood by the coach are far exceeded by the expectations of ownership and fandom. They want you to do things that you will never be able to do. And a good coach will keep you from having to do it. And a bad one will make you do it to the point where they hate you, that you just suck.
I will say this, of the guys that we just mentioned, Bo Nix finds himself in a good coaching situation being attached to Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jaden Daniels finds himself in a good place attached to Kingsbury. And I think that J.J. McCarthy, when he gets healthy, being attached to Kevin O'Connell.
Teams that understand what high average looks like.
Yeah. But I mean, Kevin, the guys who, to me, you get grouped with a good offensive mind, it's going to develop you in a way that, like Mac Jones, God bless him. Mac Jones he had times where he had defensive coordinators calling his offense.
Well, the good news is for guys like that land in comfortable positions with their coaches is at the very least, it's up to them.
Yeah.
It's up to you now. You're going to have every possible benefit. Now it's just up to you as the player to fit And it's so rare. Is it just up to the quarterback? You know, like you look at what's going on in Carolina with Bryce. He could be his best self. It's still going to suck.
It ain't going to matter.
It ain't just up to you. I mean, it's going to be up to so many others because his bed ain't made yet. And it feels like Sean Payton has got the bed halfway made for his quarterback. I'm optimistic about Bo Nix, and I wouldn't have told you that when he was at Auburn because he was a running quarterback with a less than talented arm.
And remember, Bo Nix has now played in multiple systems in college. He's a grown man.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
He's not 22 years old, 21 years old, or even 20 years old. He's a grown ass man. All right, we'll talk about him, or we'll talk about Drake May and what the Patriots are supposed to do with him coming up as well. And again, later on in the show, we got McCarthy sound, we got Jarrah sound. We're going to discuss the Big 12 later on in the program as well. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1. If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Good to see Mahomes and Kelsey out there playing. Kind of nice.
Okay, apparently you want to beat a drum today.
I'm not beating anything.
You ever have a conversation with a 5-year-old? The idea is to know what you have. They don't know what they have in Trey Lance. They know what they have in Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott clearly doesn't play in the preseason or the postseason.
It's a great point.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Hey, Reverend Charles, will you give him direction to the church down in Miami?
You just turn right on the service road, go about 4 miles, and there's a big chicken statue. That's RuPaul's House of Chicken. They advertise on local TV in Miami. RuPaul would hold the box of chicken and say, "Honey, eat my chicken."
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
After a total renovation of their greens, Olympia Hills invites you to their grand relaunch event the weekend of September 13th. Olympia Hills has renovated all 18 greens to enhance your golfing experience. Come and enjoy the dramatic elevation changes and a layout that's been strategically designed for your enjoyment. Follow on social media for updates and witness the transformation of your favorite course. Discover premier golfing in Bexar County with the grand relaunch the weekend of September 13th. Book your tee time now at OlympiaHillsGolf.com.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
Hi, this is Congressman Joaquin Castro. Here in Military City, USA, we're proud to stand by our veterans. Every year, my office is honored to help San Antonio veterans and military families with delayed benefits, claims, and service questions. Just know that if you need a hand, we're here for you. Call 210-348-8216 or visit castro.house.gov/help to learn more. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
So now the Patriots have to decide what they're going to do. Is it going to be Jacoby Brissett, play it safe? Or are you going to throw Drake May in there and make things happen? And the Patriots have a history of kind of doing that.
What do you think of May? I think it comes down to, this is not about, if you think May in the 4 games, and I think most talented quarterback appraisers know fairly quick by their practice and by how they handle themselves in the month of training camp. Does this guy have a chance? And if you feel like he's got a chance, but he ain't ready, and you're on a bad team, what good is it to put him out there other than the reps?
That is what it's about. It's the reps.
But I've seen those reps destroy young quarterbacks because, again, a lot of it hinges on what's around him. And I do think New England has just enough around him to make this decision far more difficult than I think they thought it was going to be. I think they expected Brissett to be their guy and, Mayo get some reps and clean up, mop up duty or whatever, and maybe get the starting gig after the bye week. And I don't have any idea when New England's bye week is. But, you kind of feel like that might have been the plan. But what I saw of him, he looked like he's ready to go.
My opinion is I want to know as soon as possible if you can play.
Yeah.
And the sooner I find out you can't play, the better, because then I can find another quarterback.
He looks better than Bama kid already.
Than Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Although, listen, Mac Jones had a really, really good rookie year.
Yeah.
Because they said, hey, we're going to ask you to do very, very little. And he did very, very little.
But May is an athlete. You can just kind of see, this guy might just be it. How quickly do we want to see what that it is?
What do you get if you're the Patriots organizationally out of 7 or 8 games of Jacoby Brissett? What do you gain? You know what Jacoby Brissett is. I say you find out. Find out if Drake May can play or not. Make it happen. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding the work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They could easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings? Very possible. Playoffs? Highly doubtful. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now or ever.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry,
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns
that's
That's right.
to turnovers. No! And overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice. Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
Kick off fall with Labor Day deals happening now at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on select interior paint via Lowe's gift card rebate for your next paint project. Plus, don't miss out on select one-pint annuals. Get 5 for only $5. Shop these can't-miss deals today before they're gone. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Hey everybody, it's Joe Reinagel from The Blitz. I cannot tell you how happy I am with my brand new Connecticut quality water softener. Had it in my house now for about 2 weeks, and the difference it is making is just unbelievable. You know, Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. Their products are made in America, and you live in San Antonio in South Texas, a water softener, it's a must. And Connecticut is the absolute best, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Simple design, fewer moving parts, and in fact, you don't plug it in. No plug-in at all. It does not run on electricity. It only works when you need it to work. And right now, if you've been thinking about a Connecticut quality water softener in your home, Connecticut is going to let you try one for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. All you have to do is give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or ConnecticutSA.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have some road work on 35 northbound O'Connor up to Tupperwine that's causing a 70-minute delay. Over an hour. Roadway reduced to one lane. Traffic is stopped from Walsham. Again, that's 35 northbound O'Connor to Tupperwine. Roadway reduced to one lane. Over an hour delay. You might want to think about an alternate route. On I-10 westbound at Camp Bullis, disabled vehicle that's blocking the median. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Center.
The Dallas Cowboys added defensive trench depth by signing defensive tackle Linval Joseph to a one-year, $4 million contract. The Bernie Little League beat the Mountain Regional champs out of Nevada 5-2 as they are moving on to the U.S. Little League World Series Final Saturday at 2:30. And in local news, longtime TV voice of the San Antonio Spurs, Bill Land, announced his retirement ahead of the 24-25 season after 21 years with the Spurs. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Britton says, disappointed I didn't find out Cake was playing in San Antonio on the Morning Huddle. Think you guys should scoop the Blitz tickets and get your morning fans some tickets. Just saying, they stole AJ's show name.
Cake?
Yeah. Short skirt, long jacket.
Yeah. Long jacket.
Long jacket. That's right.
That's mid-90s.
Oh, yeah.
Right up your music alley. That's the
yes.
heyday of your musicality right there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rob saw a picture of 17-year-old AJ
I did.
today.
That is a rebel without a clue. And here, you want to know some irony or coinkydink.
Uh-huh.
Both Vic and AJ drove the same pickup of the same color.
Yeah.
In high
Just
school.
a few years apart.
Just a few. I mean, but red Chevy S10s.
Slammed down, lowrider style.
Got it slammed.
Well,
I had a dancing bed.
I was surprised you had the Carolina lean on yours, AJ. That's a weird way to drive, but looking uphill all the time. But I think there's something to that. The mentality of the young man in the chopped short pickup.
Yep. That's
you look good though, man.
That's how again, Vic and I are lower class citizens than Thompson's.
I know. Yeah.
No.
That was the lowborn truck.
Yeah, Rob was driving around his Ferrari by then.
Yeah. Now by that time I'd moved on.
It seems like McLaren.
Yeah, I mean Italian. Yeah.
No, no one even told us about Cake tickets. To be honest,
I didn't even know they were coming.
We do have Future tickets. Future is coming to Metro Boomin will be there with Future. They're coming to the Frost Bank Center. I need to give Metro Boomin his due because this is listed as a co-headlining tour.
Oh, well.
So this isn't Future.
If you have two headliners, do you really have a headliner?
It's not
like
Future with Metro Boomin. It's Future and
you think
Metro
they're
Boomin.
alternating who's closing?
I think that's what that means when it's a co-headlining tour. But so I don't know who will do it here on Friday, but you can get tickets for the show tomorrow. And here's how you do it. Be caller 5.
Oh, let's do
right,
it.
That's it.
We're
Simple
doing
as that. We're giving it away right now. Caller 5, 656-3776. You can go see Future and Metro Boomin at the Frost Bank Center tomorrow. Enjoy the show. And of course, if you don't win tickets, you can get them at livenation.com. Going back to the conversation we were just having, Rob, about Drake May, I think even more so it's important now to maximize your time with a rookie quarterback. Like with a when I say rookie quarterback, I mean the first 5 years of your quarterback, the affordable years of quarterback play.
Even at his best, like he performed to every expectation that a Drake May could. You're still only going to win 4 games.
Yes. The Patriots are going to be probably the worst team in football.
And he's probably going to get sacked 25 times, maybe 30 times.
Yeah.
Spend most of his year behind the 8 ball, behind the chains. If you found out after week 3, this guy's it. I'm comfortable with everything he's done, but I'm going to eliminate the wear and tear on this body. That's how I look at it. I just want to know right now that he's my quarterback. And if I know that, I don't need a bunch of snaps getting him killed.
Here is the counterpoint to that. If your philosophy was the philosophy that everyone took, the Texans wouldn't have played C.J. Stroud last year.
Well, no. If the Texans had Jacoby Brissett, I probably wouldn't have done, because Jacoby is a starting quarterback in the NFL, but he's had bad luck in situations. Is he a star? No, he's pedestrian, but he can win a football game.
Jacoby
if all
Brissett
things being
is
equal.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
he's like
all things being equal, he can win a football game. And if I think I'm only going to win 4 football games, but in so doing, I'm going to get my rookie quarterback just utterly destroyed, beat up. Who knows what could happen.
But remember, the Texans were projected to be pretty bad.
You're right. And I'm taking this with a very conservative Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, let them percolate, find their way. And, and if the time will cover up inadequacies, because it'll give me time to put together some things that might help him to hide some inadequacies that maybe no one will ever see. Because I got a chance to put him on the bench and grow him. But if I put him out there in week 5 and we find out that, and the whole world will now know, this guy doesn't have the arm strength to put the ball out there.
But then you know what? You know that too.
And
that means you can go back to the drawing board.
But that doesn't mean I don't want him. That just means I know what his weaknesses are, and I have an opportunity to bring him up before it's unveiled to the world, because quite frankly, I don't need to. I'm only going to win 4 games. Let me get my offensive line in shape. Let me get the wide receivers in shape. He'll practice with them every week, but he just ain't going to get embarrassed or beat up on Sunday.
I just don't want to end up in the situation the Packers were in, where you had 1 year of Jordan Love, and then you had to make a decision. Do I make this guy who I've seen play 1 year the highest paid quarterback in the world?
And they did, but by their actions, they knew. Like, you know what? We're gonna have to pay this guy, even though he's been sitting on a bench. And they did it with Aaron, and they were sitting behind Brett, and they did it again. And not that Brett or Aaron weren't going to be superstars anywhere, and I don't think Jordan Love is in the class of the other 2 guys. But I will say that Jordan Love had a far better opportunity to be good to great than he would have if he'd have been starting the moment he walked out off of, where was he from, Utah or Wyoming or where the hell he was. I think it served him well. And I think Green Bay has seen it. You know what? We can cover up inadequacies with time. If I just get him in practice for a couple of years and he gets to do things over and over and learns the offense, I can hide some problems. I'll still have to pay for it because he's a number 1 draft pick and he's a quarterback, but at least I'll have a chance to give him an opportunity to be super successful.
And here's the difference also between the Packers and the Patriots. The Packers were playing their experienced guys because they still had a chance to win.
Truth. And he landed in a great position. All that lies in there, no doubt.
The Patriots, playing Jacoby Brissett right now is a waste. Jacoby Brissett is not your long-term answer at quarterback. He is find out.
But if
now.
I know, yeah, you're right. But if I do know that, hey, Drake May's got it, I can just see it. And apart from him, what happens neck up or, injury-wise, this guy's going to be it. And I do think that for the most part, those that understand the game, and I'm not one of them judging quarterback flesh, but those that understand it know within, a week, like this, yeah, obviously this guy's going to be a quarterback. If everything works out, if everything's equal and I don't get him killed, he doesn't do anything stupid or whatever, the offense, or we have a Brian Flores, beating him down to where he doesn't trust himself anymore situation, that everything I need is here. All I need now is time and manpower. And if I know that, why do I need to put him out and play in traffic? He might get hit by a truck.
Well, another part of it is you want to give this Patriots fan base needs something to like.
Okay, now what I just described is in a bubble because the fact is you drafted this quarterback number 1. I need to see it as a fan. I didn't buy a ticket to go 4-13 without seeing this guy that's supposed to be the savior. I'm here I understand we're going to lose, but I'm here to see our next. I get it. And that's why what I'm describing can only happen in places like Green Bay or with a head coach like Tomlin, who I don't care what the press says or the fans say, it's going to be my way. And there's so few coaches and general managers that have that kind of sway. So what I'm saying happens in a dream or in the 90s, you just don't have the time or the patience anymore.
Well, I still remember, speaking of the 90s, when I was a kid, the Patriots were, quite frankly, the worst franchise in football
forever. Yeah.
Until they drafted a guy named Drew Bledsoe. And the Patriots fans, I think they had just gone 1-15 or 2-14, and they wanted to see him immediately. And once he got in, it was so obvious, like, okay,
we got him.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah, we got him. Here he is.
Now, Drew Bledsoe never got them to where Tom Brady eventually did, but Drew Bledsoe took that team from like a laughing stock to a playoff, like a respectable team. I think that's what Patriots fans need something right now, because the Mac Jones thing was a failure. And sometimes these coaches, and Belichick is guilty of this as well. Belichick said, remember when they drafted Mac Jones, Belichick said, Cam Newton's our quarterback. And then Mac Jones proceeded to play every game of his rookie year because he was better than Cam Newton at that point, or they just wanted to see what he could do.
Right. I know I come across as naive because that's a naive point to have. Like, oh, you can just draft a quarterback in the first round and no one's going to care that he doesn't play for 2 years. And on the brigade bar, the thing that's held Lance back is snaps. You're right.
That's a good point.
It has. Obviously, the guy needs more games or more snaps under live fire. I get everything that you're saying. I also get the modern economics of, I got to go right now, whether you can do it. And I can't just do it under one snap or 1 month, though I do believe it's possible. All of those being said, I do believe that every quarterback that got drafted this year are, for the most part, in situations that are very favorable to them. I don't see one quarterback that has landed in a place where you go, yikes, it's going to be bad.
Yeah,
they've all got coaches that understand them. I think they've been.
Although Drake may be in the worst.
Maybe, but and maybe he's the one that by de facto should have been in the worst situation, because he probably has the most questions coming from a lesser conference against lesser consistent talent. But I think that all of them have a shot at being there, and every one of them is going to be playing. Every one of them is going to be out there immediately because you just don't have the time to wait.
I'm of the belief, and I use this example a lot. I think the Arizona Cardinals did it the right way. They decided almost immediately, Josh Rosen sucks. We blew this pick. and they said, we're not going to waste time. We're not going to pretend like we didn't blow it. We're going to draft Kyler Murray the next year because the guy we took, we know now that was wrong. And it's way better to do that than to like stick with it for 3 years and be like, well, maybe. Like, but if I'm the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers, if Bryce Young has a season like he had last year,
it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
You get 2 years, and that's enough for me.
Now I'm going to go.
I'm not waiting
esoteric
for you to develop.
on this line of thought. Let's go the flip side of this. Dak was a 4th round draft pick that was thrust into the spotlight. I mean, the plan. Keep in mind, he was behind Jamil Showers on the depth chart the day he took over the starting job of the Dallas Cowboys. That's where it was. Let's say Romo is healthy and Kellen Moore doesn't break his leg. I'll put it to you that I don't think Dak Prescott ever sees the field and turns into a practice squad player.
Might be.
And is never, because he never got the shot to get on the field.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a flip side to get him on the field because we might see something that we didn't even know he had.
Let's sink or swim.
And
like, let's just find out now. Because again, it's so hard to win in this league after you pay your quarterback, because your quarterback's going to take up 20% of the salary cap if he's worth a damn. And it's really difficult unless you're Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to win once that happens. So you've got a 5-year window with an affordable quarterback. Find out today. Can this guy play? Can he not? And if he can't, beat it. And to their credit, the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields didn't stink, but they said,
get out there, and
he doesn't stink, but I don't think he's good enough to win a Super Bowl. Let's try again. And now they got Caleb Williams. They said, let's try again, because Justin Fields, they decided he's not good enough to win a Super Bowl. Let's try another one.
But you have to be. You're putting your quarterback into situations where he is going to get destroyed.
Yep.
And you got to keep him. When we talk about it in this frame, then you go back to what we heard from Tua and Brian Flores. When they're in a situation where Tua's getting thrown to the wolves, Miami is not good. And you got a coach that, quite frankly, didn't handle it right. He thought he'd fire him up and saying, you suck, you got to get better, instead of trying to lift this cat up, who is obviously mentally just obliterated from what he's getting in practice and in game. And Tua is a rare dude that had the opportunity to outlast the coach that could have very well run him out of the league.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I'm maybe a little tougher on them than you are when it comes to let's just see what they got. Let them take those licks. And but that's just my mentality on it, man. That is my mentality on it, is sink or swim, bub. Let them go.
Then the mentality of these athletes that to this point, to their 22-year-old lives, they have never failed physically.
Yeah.
These guys, literally from the time they grabbed a football, have been the best guy on the field their entire lives. And then they go out onto a professional setting, and you add more pressure to them with the millions that they're getting paid, and everybody telling them, you are now the future of this billion-dollar entity. And they have never failed. They've never had more than a bad day. They've never had a bad week at their sport. They've never had a bad month. They've always been the very best and the reason their teams won. And then suddenly they fail, and they can't find their way out.
Colby says, winning the Super Bowl with a QB on a rookie contract is a media myth. Only Brady and Mahomes have done it. Technically Wentz too, but he didn't play in the playoffs. No, Russell Wilson did it. And technically only Brady and Mahomes. I mean, Brady and Mahomes have won 7 of the last 10 Super Bowls. So it's hard for anybody to win right now that's not those 2 guys.
But you can, the argument that the way you framed it is correct. It is. But the way that you're answering it, AJ, is also correct, because we're in an age where it didn't matter what you did. We're in the Michael Jordan era in the NBA. It didn't matter what you did, Michael Jordan going to win. And Pat Mahomes right now is of that era. But if you separated Mahomes out, you got to play the dudes. You get a 3-year window. It's not rookie. It's 3 years.
Well, the last 4 teams that were on the losing side of the Super Bowl did have a quarterback on a rookie contract. Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes were all on their rookie deals when they got, when they lost the Super Bowl.
And the separator was they weren't Pat Mahomes.
They weren't Pat Mahomes or Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean,
they were either not Patrick Mahomes, or they were losing to Tom Brady as Patrick Mahomes. So hard life. All right, congratulations to Will Johnston, who wins the tickets to Future and Metro Boomin. Enjoy that show. When we come back, we'll hear from Mike McCarthy. We'll get some of his thoughts on practice yesterday as they wrapped up training camp in Oxnard. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 FM. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Monday, September 30th at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Fall Golf Classic, benefiting San Antonio sports, is presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Jungla, sponsored in part by Jim Beam, PPL Motorhomes, Flight by England, Tomalitos Mexican Restaurant. The Fall Golf Classic happening Monday, September 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off Duration products and Super Deck stains from August 23rd through the 26th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.